A very good afternoon to everybody that's joining us on this fine Thursday afternoon, and welcome to Live at the Waterhole. Once again, you've got myself, Chad Hobson, and I'm going to be your naturalist for the show today. I do hope everybody is having a fantastic week so far. It's nearly the weekend, 2 more days, and we'll be there. Just a reminder to everybody that this is a live and interactive show, so please do send through your questions and comments using the hashtag WildEarth on X. If you would like to join the conversation, you can also do so on our YouTube channel. If you would like to subscribe, you can do so on our website, or even better, download the WildEarth app on any of the app stores. So we are starting out at Tau Lodge, which is in Madikwe Private Game Reserve, where we've got a couple of birds, a nice herd of zebra, some wildebeest, and a beautiful elephant herd. It's coming down. Hopefully they do come down to the water. Hudson, thanks very much. He's saying good to be on board with you, Chad. What's the weather like in Johannesburg? Oh, if I look outside, it's very clear skies. There's a little bit of a chill in the air, maybe around 18 to 20 degrees Celsius. I'm unfortunately stuck right in the office, but it is a great day for sure. Hudson, well, speaking of the weather, why don't we have a look at the weather all over, see what's happening. It does seem like a beautiful winter's day all over the country. I'm hoping for a little bit of cat luck at some points, whether it be today or I won't be on over the weekend, but I will be back with you guys again on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. There's got to be a leopard or a lion or a cheetah, something roaming around waiting for us to see it. Rosalind McConnell is saying hi, everybody. Hello to you. It is amazing each and every single day. There's always somebody new that's sending through questions and comments, and it's amazing. The word of mouth. You tell one person about it, and they go tell another friend, and they go tell 5 friends. Before you know it, everybody's sitting glued to their computers watching live at the waterhole. Spurs Longkov, he's saying, hello Chad, great to start at Madikwe with elephants, spoonbills, and Egyptian geese. Indeed. It's always nice to start with a bit of a variety. I was saying it yesterday, but Madikwe has always got a lot of variety, and especially here around Tau Lodge. There's always lots of different birds, always elephants, zebras, wildebeest. Yesterday we even had an ostrich. So you never know what's going to be happening within the next 2 hours. Serious Beanie, greetings to you, and the Wild Earth crew and chatters. Happy Thursday to you. I think these elephants walked all the way around to get to the nice fresh water, it seems. I thought at one point they were just going to walk around, but they have indeed stopped for us. Dan, you're 100% correct. You're saying it looks like it's their favorite spot, and I just wonder if maybe it's not the deepest point in the water. It does look like it's quite deep there. Also, there's not too many lilies or reeds and things like that around, so maybe there's not too much aquatic life that disturbs a lot of the dirt or the salt in the water. So that's maybe why they're coming to the freshest water. Because I mean, we've even seen it at Jamala, where elephants will often go right to where the water is pumped, just because it is the cleanest and the freshest. Darcy Miller, Jordan is in FC. She's happy chatting in my ear. But Darcy Miller says, hi Chad and Jordan if you are still in FC. Joan Miller, good Thursday, Wild Earth and Chad. Hello to you. What a beautiful way to start the show with some elephants. Jordan's hoping to sprinkle some magic salts over the cameras. Apparently it is a little bit quiet, but we know the bush. 1 minute it's quiet, the next second it's all happening. I was talking of it being quiet there. I remember there was a time at Pinda where if the rain was raining, like quite hard, the chances of seeing something is very, very, very slim. There's quite a lot of thick, dense vegetation for animals to hide in and try sort of use it as an umbrella. And I had 6 guests from the USA, and they had been on safari for I think 12 or 13 days. They were ending off at Pinda, and so they'd been to Botswana, Kenya, they'd been to the Sabi Sands, and then they ended off at Pinda. And they came to Pinda to see for 3 nights. All they wanted to see was cheetah and black rhino. And so I said, "Oh, where have you been?" And they told me all this. I was like, "Okay, perfect, that's no problem." So we spent like the first day or two with different cheetahs going around the reserve, spending time with them. And then I said, "Okay, no. The next 2 days, all we're going to do is try and track down black rhino." And I woke up the one morning and it was bucketing with rain. And I phoned them and I said, "Listen, I know you've been on safari for 10 or 12 days. We can go out, but like the chances of seeing something is very slim. I know you've had an amazing time already. I know you still want to see black rhino, but you let me know." And they said, "Okay." let's give it 45 minutes. I said, no problem. 45 minutes later, like it was drizzling, and they said, no, Chad, let's go out. I said, okay, no problem. I put my poncho on, the windscreen wipers on my glasses were on, and we set off. And not even 5 minutes after we left the lodge, we came across three black rhino, literally out in this massive open clearing. And they just said to me, they said, Chad, this is fantastic. We spent half an hour with those black rhinos, and then they said, take me home. Let's go back. So you never know what you are going to see, but that day luck was definitely on our side. I think something's going on in FC. Everybody's laughing in the background. Jordan, share the joke. Now she's muted her microphone because she's laughing. Okay, let's become back serious now. Hope you're asking, are there black rhinos at these locations? There are. Medikwe does have. Uh, you can see them in the Kruger. You can see them at Ukaguyo. So there are black rhinos in these different locations. Ukaguyo is probably the best one to see black rhinos at night. So if you are interested in seeing them, log on to the Ukaguyo dam cam at night time. That's when often the black rhinos do come down to drink. Well, welcome back, everybody, and we had old Donyu now in Kenya with a beautiful elephant bull. He's graced us with his presence. Holly, you wondering what made me become a guide? Um, so I really, when I was in school, I really didn't want to have an office job. That was the pretty much the last thing that I wanted to do. And my dad's he's a carpenter, and he spent quite a lot of time building lodges up in Botswana for wilderness safaris, quite a big safari company. And so we were lucky enough to go and visit him a number of times up in Botswana, and that was when I was probably 14 or 15. And it was almost like the first couple of times that I'd visited the bush around then, and I just really enjoyed being outdoors, looking for animals, meeting people from different countries, all walks of life. And the year before I finished school, one of my mom's good friends, her son went to a training provider that I studied at, Beja Nature Training, and it was a 2-year course, and you did terrestrial and marine. And I thought, no, let me give this a try. And yeah, gave it a try and haven't looked back ever since. So it was just the passion for the outdoors and meeting new people from different areas. Apologies for that, the feed did freeze, but we're now on Rosie's Pan in the Kruger National Park. So as long as you're saying you were great to see old Donya and the elephants, you're expecting more animals there today. We did have quite a lot of animals over the last couple of days there. So I don't know, maybe all those animals have moved off. But you also never know. Maybe they will come back. I think Socks, you're wondering why the animal activity ebbs and flows so much. So I think the activity of animals in different areas is really dependent on food availability, water, predators that might be around. So I mean, if you think about it, like a herd of buffalo, they're gonna continuously move, looking for grazing opportunities and water. But if they know there's a pride of lions in the area, they often will start to sort of move out of that area and try and get rid of those lions. But I mean, also during the winter time, there's not too much water available to different animals. So if they drink, say, for instance, at Aldonyu, because it's also an open system and now they've got to follow the migration or follow the rains, that might be their last drink for a couple of days. So they'll spend time around there drinking and then they'll start to move. So I think that's maybe why we get that, like the different flows of animals. We see an abundance of them and then we don't see them for a while. Beans are the thing is elephants. We do see a lot of elephants on live at the waterhole, and I mean they are quite abundant, but I wouldn't say they're the most abundant animal. And the reason we do see elephants mostly is because of the time of day that live at the waterhole's on. So I mean, live at the waterhole's now between 12:30 and 2:30, and so it's pretty much the hottest part of the day. So a lot of the cats and things like that are resting in the shade, so they don't really move around during the heat of the day, where elephants continuously move around. And that's generally why we always get to see lots of elephants. Joanne Miller, that's very kind of you. Thank you very much. And all of you at Wild Earth do an awesome job. So happy to watch and listen and learn from the best. We're the best in the business. Yeah, we're gonna head over to Jamala and see what surprises we have there. So we are now at Jamala, which is also in Madikwe. So I think it's in the eastern parts of Madikwe. Got some elephants. There's some zebras and a giraffe. The one elephant there looks like it's been in Natasha. Very, very white. Just now behind the baby. I'm sure it's just been throwing dust on itself. Pink socks, I think I would have to say elephants drink the most water. I mean, elephants will drink pretty much any opportunity that they get, and they do drink quite a lot. I think it's up to about 200 liters of water in a day for a grown elephant. So I don't think any other animal really sort of comes close to that amount of liquid. Sally is saying live at the waterhole is like therapy to you. I'm very glad you enjoy live at the waterhole so much. It is a fantastic show. Alicia Jamala, it's quite a nice big waterhole, so the animals don't really need to fight over the space like they do at Old Donyu. Riley, that's a very good question. You're asking if the animals need the same amount of water during the winter or and during the summer. So I would say that they definitely need more during the winter. Sorry, during the summer when it's a lot hotter. I mean, they don't really move around as much during the summertime because it is so hot. So I would say that they do drink more during the summertime. Hudson, you're asking why um, red-billed oxpeckers don't sit on elephants. So, I mean, elephants they do have a very tough skin. So, I mean, it's very hard for it would be very difficult for those oxpeckers to get into like all the crevices and excuse me the wrinkles and things like that. But also that massive long trunk on the front of their face. If they get annoyed by something, they'll often use that to hit it away. And so if those oxpeckers had to sit on an elephant, all they would do is just hit the oxpeckers away. So I think over time the oxpeckers have learned not to sit on elephants. Joe Miller does indeed look like he's got slippers on, the wet feet. Such a nice, peaceful scene. Yeah, I think we're gonna head over to Rosie's Pan where there is another elephant and an impala. Oh, that elephant decided he didn't want any camera time. You see, when the impalas, they're very similar to giraffes. They get a little bit nervous when they are at the water. And I think they're nervous of something like a leopard or lions coming behind them and crocodile jumping out of the water. Beans, you're asking if I've ever seen a crocodile jump out of the water and make a kill. Um, I've seen a crocodile once before leap out of the water to try and grab an impala, but it did miss. But I've never seen it take down something. I think you have to be very, very lucky. Jordan saying that when she worked at Sabi Sabi, there's a waterhole in the front of the lodge. And she saw a crocodile and lion's tug of war over an impala carcass. That's pretty incredible. Oh, and the guests had already gone on drive, so she was just enjoying the view to herself. Yeah, we're gonna head back to Old Donu. Oh, it doesn't seem like it's our lucky day. The animals don't really want to stick around for us. Okay, we're gonna cross back over to Jamala. Trusty elephants at Jamala. I remember when I first started live at the waterhole, this was where we would spend the whole show, just because there was a constant flow of elephants coming and going. I'd love to see an elephant pool party commence now. Chiller Cakes, you're asking me what else I do for work other than this. Um, so I have actually started a business. I own a chicken depot in Johannesburg. So I buy and sell chickens on the sideline. Or, I mean, it's a bit of both. I'd say this is more on the side. I do that more often. But it's not a sort of a everyday thing. Um, Certain farms will send chickens at certain times and things like that. So that's why I do have some free time to be able to do live at the waterhole. As impalas are making a big loop around to come have a drink. Bianca is asking if I could see one animal in this world, what would it be and why? Hmm, sure, it's a tough question. Mm, Probably a snow leopard, to be honest. The I think just a snow leopard because it's such an elusive and secretive animal. They say if you book a 10-day snow leopard excursion, the chances of seeing one, um, I think 10% chance of seeing one. I don't know if you might follow Marlon du Toit, is very well known. apologies, everybody. I think we lost the call there briefly, but I am back in action. So I was just saying, speaking about the snow leopards and speaking about Marlon du Toit, he's a very well-known private safari guide, South African. Follow him on Instagram, and he's been a number of times to see snow leopard, and I think it's about 3 or 4 times that I've seen that he's gone. He's been very successful with it, so I do need to book a snow leopard excursion. I think it will definitely have to be through him. Beautiful views we have in here at Jamala. Sandy said with you being so short, you can't even imagine what those giraffes are seeing at that height. Must be pretty amazing to be that tall and be able to see over pretty much everything. Miriam, to be honest with you, that's a very good question. And to be honest, I don't think I'll be able to answer it, but maybe somebody else would. You're saying as humans have different languages and have problems when first meeting, would an African elephant be able to communicate with an Asian elephant? Do they have universal languages of their own? I mean, I think that elephants are elephants, so I'm pretty sure that they would be able to communicate to one another. I don't know enough about the Asian elephant in order to answer this question. So, I mean, I don't know if they also do communicate through rumbles or vibrations in the ground and things like that. So, I might need to do a little bit of research and then get back to you. Jamila is saying you 5'2", good things come in small packages. They do indeed. Yeah, let's head over to the other side of Madikwe, to Tau Lodge. Oh, beautiful big herd of wildebeest and zebras. Jason and the Argonauts, you're asking, hi, Chuck, glad you're back. And you have a question for me. Judging by the combined superior intelligent intellects of all you naturalists, why is it you haven't taken over the planet yet? Jason, I think it's one step at a time. We we can't do everything quickly. So you just wait a little bit longer, and I'm sure it will be all sorted. The takeover is it's a slow one, and it's a massive plan that we've put together. So it's coming. Give us a couple of years. Ivan, you're asking, do elephants ever climb the hills in the background? So, I mean, personally, I've never seen the elephants climb these hills here, but elephants, they do climb hills. I mean, in different reserves, there's lots of different hills. I mean, for example, Amakala. If you watch the live safaris, quite often you would see that Eric often finds them on the hillside. So they are able to climb up very, very steep hills. There we go. Thank you, R. Laura Moore. So then while there's safaris in Amakala, we see the elephants on the hillside. Yeah, we're gonna head over to Rosie's pan. See what there is. Oh, elephants. Ish, these animals, they don't want to be our friends today. Let's head back over to Tower Lodge. J-Dog, you're asking, do the elephants ever eat the reeds here on the side? Um, Elephants will often feed on the reeds, especially around the waterholes, just because they hold a lot of moisture and they're quite soft. So the elephants, you will often see them feeding on the reeds. Our Lorimer, the rocks are often white because of the different minerals that they have in them. Often quartzite, the rocks that are very white. Or at least these elephants are sticking around for us. And just a reminder to everybody that this is a live and interactive show, so please do send through your questions and comments using the hashtag Wild Earth on X. Join the conversation on our YouTube channel, or you can download the Wild Earth app on any of the app stores. J-Dog, in South Africa, the temperatures don't get very, very cold. I mean, they do get cold below zero in some places, but I wouldn't say um, that they would be able to freeze to death. Oh, Lauren, we're saying it always makes you think of snow each time you see it. It does look like a little bit of snow. I don't know if these elephants have already been at the water or they might be coming down to the water, but they really are just spending a little bit of time feeding. Felix, you're wondering if elephant skin ever cracks. So I don't think their skin cracks, but their feet will definitely crack. I mean, think about having all that weight on their feet all the time. Their feet definitely do crack. Elephants always doing something, pushing one another around, Really is amazing to spend time with elephants. Amanda, you do sometimes see elephants digging. So in the drier months, places where there's like dry riverbeds and things like that, you'll often find elephants digging. So they'll use their trunk and their feet to kick away the sand and actually dig for water because they've got a extremely sensitive nose or trunk, as they call it. They're able to smell that there is water below the surface, so that they often will then dig. And when they find water, often they'll drink quite a lot and push sort of sand into that and create this bit of a bigger water hole. And it actually then will allow other animals to also drink from that same water hole. So they're creating a water hole for others as well. And actually, alarm, are you saying that it's elephants make life look so easy? They do indeed. I'm just looking now. They look like they're actually feeding on the smaller shrubs. So maybe the small little new shoots of grass that have come out. Lots of nice fresh, soft leaves. Joanne Miller, you asking Chad, is Stony Point available? You like it there? Joanne Miller, it is still available, and just because you asked about it, why don't we head over there? Well, Joanne Miller, I'm glad we crossed to Stony Point for you. And it's beautiful to hear the ocean. Jordan did say that there was a rock hyrax, and I'm trying to spot where it is. Where? Where on the rock? Oh, there, I got it. Oopsie. Needed to sit up. I don't know if everybody can see it, but if you look on the rock just below, where it says in between point and nature, you can see that there's a rock hyrax there. Oh, Lorimer, the water does sound lovely. Pam is saying, Chad, being glad to hear your commentary on the waterhole. Hope you'll be back to Juma soon. I also hope to go back to Juma at some point soon. It is fantastic to be able to have so many different locations. In 1 minute we're in the heart of the Kruger National Park, Madikwe Private Game Reserve. The next second we on the coast. All the cormorants. I'm sure there's a lot of fish available to them. In and around this area. These cormorants, what they often do is they'll dive into the water, they'll catch fish, they'll feed on them, and then they come to the bank just to, or the rocks, as I should say, not the banks. Thinking of the river, just to relax and digest that food of theirs. And Miller, it's only our pleasure. I'm glad you did ask about Stony Point, because I also haven't been here for some time and I do miss the ocean, so it's nice to just sit back and enjoy the sound of the ocean. Nick, if I'm not mistaken, they do breed during April or May. If I'm not mistaken, that's their breeding season. The lone little Egyptian geese that thinks it's a cormorant. Beautiful to just sit and watch as the birds come and go. Yeah, at Stony Point. Glad everybody is enjoying the nice sound of the ocean. I think we'll be here for another minute or so, then we'll head back over to Tau. Yeah, I think we've spent a fair bit of time here at Stony Point. I think let's head back over to Tau Lodge. Apologies for that. My headphones got caught on my hand and they, they came off my head. Apologies for all of that. So we are back at Tau Lodge now. Uh, we've got a nice herd of elephants moving away from the water. How beautiful is that? These elephants giving themselves a nice dust bathe after they've been in the water. Barry, you asking why do elephants stay pregnant for so long? Well, Barry, to be honest, I think just think about how big that elephant actually is, even when it's born. So, I mean, it takes a very long time for that elephant to grow within the stomach of the mom. So, I think that's maybe the reason that it takes so long, or that's why they're pregnant for so long. They really are getting into all the nooks and crannies, these elephants. Oh, Lauren was saying it really is remarkably outstanding, ast- astounding, sorry, that we can be so many places together simultaneously from all across the globe. Imagine trying to explain it to somebody 100 years ago. I'm just trying to think how you would even start trying to explain that to somebody. This elephant's really enjoying scratching himself. Youngsters now are going probably to join the rest of the herd. Maybe smelt something nice. Pam, I couldn't agree more. You said you're just thinking of the about the stunning diversity of South Africa. It is phenomenal. Jan Miller, you hoping to see a crocodile? We're saying such an awesome reptile and so misunderstood. It would be fantastic. We did see a crocodile, I think it was yesterday or the day before, here at Tower Lodge. Almost looks like that one zebra's on the lookout while the others are having their afternoon drink. Oh, there's another nice big herd of elephants coming down to the water. How beautiful is that? Barry, asking would a crocodile ever take down an elephant at a waterhole? I've seen many videos before of crocodiles latching onto the trunks of elephants, and I mean, I'm sure that crocodiles have taken down young elephants before. It's just amazing how there's a constant flow of elephants in Madikwe. I mean, I know they do have a very big population of elephants. They just seem to keep coming all the time. It's also incredible how they do drink. I mean, just a phenomenal animal. These elephants are. Always nice to see lots of different sizes of elephants. Nice big herds, all of them big, small, medium. Oh, Lorimer, I think you could be probably correct. You're saying that elephants' trunks are probably the most multifunctional appendage in the animal kingdom. Uh, I would definitely actually agree with that. I mean, it's a phenomenal tool that they do have. And they're able to pick up the smallest little leaf with that trunk. Seems like this even might be the first drink for these elephants. They've spent a lot of time drinking. And I mean, especially now in winter when it's not too hot, it's not really. The elephants don't need to drink 3 times in a day. I mean, they'll drink whenever possible. But I mean, if it's quite a chilly morning, they won't rush down to the water, only when it does start to get a little bit hot. And Sandy, you're asking, is it the end of the trunk or suction that picks up the leaf? So, Sandy, at the end of the trunk, they've got almost like two little fingers. And so they'll actually literally pick up the leaf with those two little fingers. We are coming up towards the end of the show, so can start sending through your last couple of questions or comments that you might have for us. It is going to be my last show till Monday. I'll be back with you on Monday. Sandy, it is amazing how those two fingers at the end of the trunk do work. It's pretty phenomenal. Darcy Miller saying thank you, Chad, for another great show. Enjoy your time off. Thanks very much, Darcy. I do appreciate that. Got some things to do over the weekend, but I will then be back with you all on Monday afternoon. Lovely, nice, relaxing way to end off the show. Just watching the elephants come down to drink. Well, thanks everybody once again. It's been a fantastic time. I've really enjoyed it, and I hope everybody has a lovely Thursday further and enjoys the weekend coming up. And I will catch up with everybody on Monday. Have a fantastic one.
Well, a very, very good afternoon to everybody. Thank you so much for joining us on